far, far away, among the lush green mountains, there was a small town that looked like a piece of a dream. Evergreen trees, a blue sky, shining white peaks, and a river flowing at their feet, its water so clear that the sky itself could be seen inside it. The name of this town was Laurian Town, small but very beautiful. In one quiet corner of Laurian stood a small yet happy house. In it lived a lovely couple, Jack and Julian. They were each other's strength, each other's world. Jack was a gentle-hearted, hard-working, and handsome man with golden hair, blue eyes, and a calm face that looked as if light itself had shaped it. Julian had a fair glow, bright eyes, and a beauty so soft that it seemed as if moonlight lived within her. There was no lack of happiness in their home, except for one thing, a child. At night, Julian often lay beside Jack, counting the stars in the sky, and whispered softly, "I wish our home also had a little one's laughter." Jack would hold her hands gently and say, "Maybe God has kept something special for us, Julian. Be patient. Our joy will come." Julian had always loved flowers and butterflies since her childhood. Her heart was deeply connected to the softness of nature. She often went to a green forest near her town, where the air was filled with the fragrance of colorful flowers and butterflies danced everywhere. She would sit there for hours watching the butterflies, talking to them softly, as if they were her friends. Sometimes she picked flowers and took them home, filling every room with their sweet scent. Jack often laughed and said, "Julian, your heart is just like a butterfly, free, colorful, and delicate." And she would smile gently and reply, "And you are the flower I always rest upon, Jack." One day, the weather was truly magical. The air was filled with the sweet smell of flowers, and soft clouds floated across the sky. As always, Julian went to the forest, but today the forest felt different. It was as if every color was breathing, as if the wind itself was hiding a secret. She stopped near a large patch of pink flowers, and suddenly her eyes caught sight of something tiny. Between the flowers lay a beautiful little baby girl, wearing a small red frock with golden hair shining like sunlight and blue eyes bright as pieces of the sky. The baby was smiling, as if a little fairy had fallen asleep among the flowers. Julian's heart stopped for a moment. She stepped closer, lifted the baby gently in her arms, and touched her soft hands to her face. "Oh, God, this is magic. Who is this little child?" But she didn't think for long. Her heart whispered, "She has been sent for me." And so she took the baby home with her. When Jack came home in the evening and saw the little baby, he was surprised. "Who is she, Julian?" Julian's eyes were filled with tears, but there was a smile on her face. "God has given her to us, Jack. We had no child, but today he has blessed us with an angel. Her name will be Guleen." Jack looked at the baby, then at Julian. A deep softness filled his heart. If God has placed this feeling in your heart, then this child is truly ours. And so, Guleen came into their lives like a ray of light. Guleen began to grow up. She loved wearing pink dresses, chasing butterflies, and playing among the flowers. Julian often watched her from the window, Guleen's hair shining in the sunlight, and when she laughed, it felt as if even the sun blushed at her smile. When she turned 8, something strange happened. One day, while playing in the garden, 2 tiny, colorful wings suddenly appeared on her shoulders. Julian screamed and called Jack. "Jack, come quickly!" When Jack saw Guleen's wings, he was completely shocked. He looked at Julian and said softly, "I think she's not an ordinary child. She's a butterfly. That's why she loves flowers so much." Then his voice turned serious, filled with fear and love. "Julian, we must hide her from the world. Don't let anyone see her. People can be cruel. They might take our daughter away from us." Time passed, and Guleen grew up. She had become a beautiful young lady, with the blue of the sky in her eyes, the softness of flowers on her face, and the glow of butterflies shining in her wings. One evening, as the sun was setting, the sky turned into colors of gold and pink. Suddenly, a sweet fragrance filled the air. Then, from between the clouds, came a great army of butterflies, and in their midst was a grand golden carriage, made entirely of butterfly wings. The carriage slowly landed on the ground, and from it stepped out a queen, wearing a crown of butterflies, a gown glowing with light, and a calmness on her face that only heavenly beings could have. Jack and Julian, frightened and amazed, held each other's hands tightly. The queen spoke softly, "Do not be afraid, humans. We have come from the kingdom of butterflies. Today, we have come to take back our lost princess." Julian's heart stopped for a moment. Princess? But who? The queen smiled gently and looked toward Guleen. "She, my daughter, Serosa." Julian's eyes filled with tears that began to fall on their own. "No, she is my daughter. I held her close to my heart. I raised her with love. I filled her dreams with butterflies. You can't take her away from me." Guleen stepped forward and fell to her mother's feet. "Mother, I can't leave you." The queen came closer. Her voice was soft, yet full of power. "My child, your kingdom is calling you. You are the next queen of our world. But remember, a mother is not only the one who gives birth, but also the one who raises with love. You belong to two worlds, one of light and one of love." Julian held Guleen's face in both her hands. "My daughter, if it is your destiny to go, then go. But remember, my heart will always be with you." Guleen kissed her mother's cheeks and whispered, "And I will return with every spring flower, with every butterfly's flight. Whenever you think of me, I'll be there." The queen spread her shining wings. A storm of butterflies filled the air. Light surrounded Guleen, and she sat inside the golden carriage. Jack and Julian stood hand in hand, watching as the carriage slowly rose into the sky. After that day, the flowers in Julian's garden began to bloom more than ever before. Every morning near the door, a few colorful butterfly wings would be lying there, as if someone had come quietly and whispered, "I haven't forgotten you, Mother." Julian would smile softly and say, "Guleen, my butterfly, my light." And whenever the butterflies danced in the air, Jack would look up at the sky and say, "Look, our daughter is happy in her kingdom." And so, Guleen became the daughter of two worlds, one that gave her love and one that gave her truth. In this magical story of nature, flowers, butterflies, and love lived forever. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and share it. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any new uploads. Keep watching and stay connected for more beautiful stories.